Okay, let us analyze this question, which I believe is a very good PSLE science question. And this is an experimental setup. So normally in most PSLE exam for the past 5 years, about, I can say 6 to 8 marks are allocated for experimental design questions. Experimental design questions, okay? Which are these. So in this setup, there are 3 beakers and the conditions are given. So they are put under the sunlight for 6 hours. And there's a red indicator that will change color according to the amount of dissolved carbon dioxide present. So this is a skill to learn in answering such questions. Highlight the variable that affect the change. So what changes this? So this red indicator will change color according to the amount of dissolved carbon dioxide present. So what happens is, if the amount of carbon dioxide remains the same, there's been no change, it remains red color. Why? Because it's the red indicator. So you use a red indicator, if there's no change, the colors remain the same. Okay, next, it will change to blue color. What happens if the amount of carbon dioxide decreases? Okay, decreases. And finally, it will change to yellow color when it increases. Okay, perhaps I change the color coding here so it's good to have highlighters for your examinations. Okay, remains red. Okay, so I use red color. Remains red. Okay. So here I have erased the answer from the student, but she answered extremely well. In the table below, predict the color indicator in beaker B and C at the end of 6 hours. So you highlight this part. So for B and C, let me change the color. So this is B, right? And this is C. So it's supposed to tell me in beaker B and C, what will be the color change and the explanation. So can you see B here, right? There's a water snail. Okay, water snail, it is living, right? So it gives out carbon dioxide during respiration, correct? It's highlighted allowed. Yes, it's definitely allowed during PSLE because it's for you to enhance your focus. It's definitely allowed. Yeah, not to worry. You can highlight the questions, but don't highlight your answer. Highlight the questions. Okay, so it's allowed. So the snail actually give out carbon dioxide, right? So the answer is very straightforward. It's change to yellow, isn't it? Yeah, then you explain that. And then for next one, C, right? C, you see there are only 2 water plants and they are put under sunlight for 6 hours. So that will produce oxygen. How to produce oxygen? The plants will absorb the carbon dioxide in the water. So we'll expect a decrease in the amount of carbon dioxide. So we'll change to blue. Okay, let me share with you how the student answer. Okay, Elsie can double check with your teacher. I think it's allowed. But you must ask correctly. It's allowed to highlight the questions, not to highlight your answers. I believe it's allowed. Okay, so now let me screen share the answer of the student. She answered extremely well. Okay, can you see her answer over here? Okay, this student, I taught her and she applied the concepts that she have learned in one academy. So you can see here, she indicated the correct color because as I told you, the snail give out carbon dioxide, right? So it will increase. Explanation, the snail is an animal. It takes up oxygen or takes in oxygen and give out dissolved carbon dioxide. Thus, the amount of dissolved carbon dioxide in the water increases. And next, you notice you also put in here. So this extra annotation is very useful, especially in stressful situation when you do examination. Okay, these are annotated by the student during the exam. It's not after that, go through the answer. So she took the initiative to annotate this one to help her answer. But however, as I analyzed her paper, I discovered one transfer error that her teacher did not penalize her. Okay, there's a transfer error here. Okay, but her explanation is correct. The water plants were under sunlight and task could be photosynthesize or could photosynthesize or allows photosynthesis to happen, taking in the dissolved carbon dioxide and giving out dissolved oxygen. Thus, the amount of dissolved carbon dioxide in the water increase, so should be decreased. But you may ask, how come why the teacher give her this mark? Okay, the reason is very simple. If you look at here, because she indicated blue, right? Correct? And blue correspond to where? Change to blue, right? And here is decrease. So you see, they also exercise some mercy in helping student to get this mark, because this is considered a transfer error. Okay, because she explained well, but she transferred this decrease to increase. So that's why this mark is being awarded to this student. So as I help the child to analyze the paper, I also discover this mistake that maybe the examiner or marker has omitted. Yeah, because the examiner did not circle this. This one is, I circle it during the analysis. You can see I can erase this off. Her original answer is this. So it's not being detected. So I feedback to the parents and tell the child to be more careful. So I hope that you can also learn from this type of question. And you notice after that, there's a continuation in the next page. Explain why it is not possible to predict the change in color of the solution in beaker D. Okay, you notice this is a new setup. So the new setup has an additional snail inside. And I like the way this student answered. She mentioned that as the water snail takes in oxygen, because it's an animal, right? It doesn't give out oxygen. So it takes in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. And notice this is under the sunlight for 6 hours. So at the same time, the water plants take in carbon dioxide and gives out oxygen. So it's not possible to predict the change in color. Why? Because it depends. So she wrote her reason here very well. It depends on how much or how little. There's a comparison. How much and how little the water snail and the plant give out and take in carbon dioxide. Okay, how little or how much dissolved carbon dioxide the water snail and the plant give out and take in. So I give her a comment, and she gave an excellent explanation of the observation. And this is the 5-mark question in the PSLE section B. So I put her with this nickname to protect her identity for this question. And I'd like to congratulate her. And I believe that you can also likewise answer very well in such experimental design questions. So it's 3 marks in front, full marks here, and 2 marks behind. This is an application question. So normally for experimental design question, parents do take note. Part A is actually explaining what you observe. Part B is they develop further. They give you another situation to apply the concepts in front to a different situation or different scenario. So this is the standard type of experimental design questions.